So I was showing my dad David Lee Roth on Joe Rogan the other day, and it really made me wonder, based on his reaction, how many of the viewers that still think David Lee Roth looks like this don't actually realize that he now looks like this. Van Halen 2, Van Halen's second studio album. You highly recommended this one because you felt that this was better than the debut.
I thought this one was a little more solid in terms of what they had to offer. Okay.
It's tough to come close to the first one. I think there was a lot more consistency on this one than the first one, even though I think the first one overall does have better songs. So I will give you that.
I'm the one. It's not like the literal definition of what a 7 entails. I think this one stands a little bit ahead of it due to the cover's cool. There you go.
And after Wolfie kicked some ass, we had to check out Papa again. Papa Van Halen. Without further Bovine Excrement, You're No Good.
No good.
Thought it was an interesting choice to start off the album with a cover of a cover.
Michael Anthony really comes in hot with this first song.
Yes, he adds in the whale noises to the plethora of animal noises that come out of the guitars in Van Halen. Hard blues feel, like bluesy, like B-L-O-O-Z-Y.
That's why the cover's blue.
Like Walter White's Meth Blue. Like
spoiler.
Blue. Even though this is a cover, it was cool to kind of stick with that same rhythmic feel as Runnin' with the Devil as kind of a tribute to that first album there.
And even though it is a cover, they just really take the reins and make it their song. I like Led Zeppelin. And the vocal harmonies are something you can't ignore.
They went apeshit with the vocal harmonies on this whole album. Michael Anthony stands out for his flange effects and the simple but incredible feel he adds to the song too, as he does throughout most of his career. I give this one an 8.
7.5.
The low rider has a low rider. The staple Van Halen stadium sound captured with the heavy reverb. Michael Anthony continues his hot streak on vocals with more incredible harmonies, with Eddie also included in the mix this time.
The opening cowbell, followed by Eddie's simple yet fantastic riff, and Alex's drum fill is just the ultimate start to a song. I mean, I like how you pointed out the stadium feel for it and the overall roaring vocal effects. Michael Anthony, definitely excellent backup vocalist, and vocalist by himself.
He was pretty much the voice while David was doing his ow and his yeah and his all of his bullshit.
And his ooh baby.
Michael was actually singing. This one's less of an in-your-face banger, but has much more feel and groove than their typical song, which is saying a lot. At times, it even feels like some Caribbean beach music. Great feel-good song, 7.5.
Excellent addition to the album, 8.
Who's gonna talk shit about me giving it a 7.5? I'm bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Somebody get me a doctor.
You feeling right?
This one sounds like, you know those Bradley Hall videos where he makes the song in 5 minutes? Yeah, this is the Van Halen in 5 minutes.
It is the formula that works. Eddie has a heavier guitar. It's kind of the first song on the album so far that has the heavy rock feel to it, but it is the formula. Basic Van Halen.
Eddie adds great bits before his solo with the swelled chords that shift from ear to ear in stereo. Dave's commentary in the back also makes the song more energetic and engaging. Solid song, but not necessarily a standout. 6.5.
It is a unique track, kind of unique in terms of it. It's like the generic.
It's unique because it's generic. Metalhead.
Kind of like
it's unique because it's generic.
7.5.
Love the galloping maiden feel from Alex. The rhythmic change keeps the song fresh. Very similar feel to I'm the One, especially on the chorus and the harmonies. But yeah, again, I'm thinking Bradley Hall here. What's special about Van Halen, though, is the recording style. They do it in a way that gives it such a live performance feel, with Dave talking in the background, with timing issues that actually work well and work with the rhythm and the feel and the groove of the song. 7.
Yeah, that's hard to come off what you said. That was good. They always sound like they're just having a fun time in the studio kicking ass, so I give this one a 7 also.
Mosquitoes, followed by more Bradley Hall, followed by Dave on Too Much Speed. 6. Okay, we're back. The dissonance is not something you hear from Van Halen too often.
I like the scale intro. They follow off each
the
other.
chromatic scales, yeah. The energy has been here the whole time, but the structure returns on this one as well. And Alex finally gets the spotlight to himself. This is the Alex Van Halen song, besides Hot for Teacher. Excellent fade and vocal effects on the outro as well. I give it a 7.5.
Standout on this album, 7.5.
I think this is Eduardo's version of Eruption. I don't know how the fuck any human being can pull this off, but again, we're talking about Eddie Van Halen.
It's almost impossible to really follow exactly what he's doing by ear and trying to pick out everything that he does.
You can't have a full appreciation for how difficult this is to play on an acoustic unless you actually play guitar and have tried both of them. The action is so different, and the string gauges, and just the overall feel too.
Especially that acoustic guitar.
Oh my god, I gotta bring that on my budget. Acoustic, that's pretty good, right?
Let's do Spanish Fly right now with that, you know. I think that was better than the original.
It doesn't have the legacy or influence of Eruption, but it may actually be more difficult to play.
I think it's more difficult, and it's a little bit of a shame that it's kind of hidden. You know, a lot of people don't really. I didn't even hear, oh, Eruption. What about Spanish Fly? What?
Give it an 8.
The Spanish undertone and the speed of a fly. I give it 9.
Hard, aggressive riffing from Eddie. But other than that, Bradley Hall. Incredible clean tone from Eddie, especially for the harmonics. Undeniable rhythm again, and great shifts in energy level too. Dave takes charge here too, abandoning the large amount of theatrics for more of a melodic tone.
More melodic, definitely more laid back. Definitely can't have this song without the fantastic vocal harmonies as everything else.
And a nice deviation from the formula that works. 8 out of 10.
Perfectly pieced together, fantastic chorus and vocal harmonies. Sets this song higher than the rest. 8.5.
One of the big time boomer anthems.
Yes, sir. I'd like it to be Michael plays his bass in a different timing from Eddie's guitar, so he actually stands out. And then it goes into the formula.
That works.
That works.
It kind of has like that old school 40s, 50s feel, like some of the music that was coming out of there. Lyrically, it's stronger, provokes more imagery, even though it's about the same goddamn shit as every other song on this album. Van Halen is not necessarily the strongest band when it comes to lyrics. They're really no different than the drugs and bitches and money and hoes that we hear from the rappers.
Same thing.
But this one at least provokes more imagery than some of their other stuff. I like when he got ditched at the end too. That was pretty fun. Sadly, I'm not boomer enough to fully understand the nostalgia of this song, but still a very solid one. 7.
Good addition. To give it a 7.5.
Overall, strong record, especially when looked at as a whole, like I was saying in the beginning. Track to track to track, it has a nice even theme. There were a lot more low points, but there were also a lot more high points on the first one. A lot more memorable songs on the first one.
I do agree that I think the first one was also more of a good mix of just like all these different pieces, where this one follows more of a set path. What makes this album also unique is their step up of vocal harmonies for every song.
We can't really compare too much the first one to this one because the first one was groundbreaking for what it was at the time. Think about all the other 70s rock that's out there and compare that to Van Halen. There was nothing like that. So on the second one, we're kind of already broken into that sound. Still an incredible follow-up. I give it a 7.5.
The formula that works is definitely applied hardcore to this. Great pieces of work, standout songs. I give it a 7.5 also.